Hello beta, good morning. How are you? Are you fine? Today we will study about geometric progression. Okay beta? So let me start. Okay beta, let me start. What is the meaning of geometric progression? Geometric progression is that progression in which the ratio between two consecutive terms is always same. For example, if we consider AR square, AR cube going in this way, AR raised to power n minus 1. Now you can see the ratio between first and second term is R, and ratio between third and second is again R, ratio between fourth and third is again R, and going in this way. It means the ratio between two consecutive terms is same. So they are in GP. How many terms are given in this progression? Now you see, we are going to start from r raised to power 0 until r raised to power n minus 1. It means now the terms are from 0 to n minus 1 means n terms. So you can see in this progression, in this geometric progression, we are given n terms. So what is the nth term? And we can say this is also called the general term of this progression, and this is equal to a into r raised to power n minus 1. Where a is the first term and r is the common ratio. Clear beta? Okay. Now in this case, if we are required any term from the end in this GP, then how can you find that terms? We have very important result. Now let me suppose we are required the pth term from end. In this geometric progression, you can say that will be equal to n minus p plus 1th term from beginning of this GP. So pth term from the end, you can say that will be n minus p plus 1th term from the beginning. This is one of the formula to find any term from the end. Okay. Similarly, but if it reverse this GP, means let me take the last term as the first term, second last as the second, third last as the third, fourth last as the fourth, then they are also in GP. For example, if we take AR raised to power n minus 1 as the first term, AR raised to power n minus 2 as the second term, then ARA. Again they are in AP. But only difference is now its first term will be used as the last term of this given GP. But the common ratio will be, now you can write the common ratio is 1 by R, but the number of terms are same. As you can see, if we are required any term from the end, that will be term from the beginning in this GP also. Okay, so you can find any term from the end after taking in the reverse form the given GP term from the beginning also. तो जो टर्म हम इस गिवन GP में एंड से निकालना चाहते हैं, अगर मैं इस GP को रिवर्स कर देता हूं, यानी कि लास्ट टर्म को फर्स्ट कंसीडर कर लें और कॉमन रेशियो उसका रेसिप्रोकल एज द कॉमन रेशियो यानी 1 बाई आर आ जाए, तो जो टर्म एंड से चाहिए थी वो इस GP में बिगिनिंग से टर्म बनने वाली है. ये बात समझ में आ गई ना बेटा? इसका मतलब मुझे यहां से pth टर्म फ्रॉम द एंड चाहिए. इसका मतलब now that will be the pth term from the beginning. Only difference is first term will be used L, and now common ratio is 1 by R. Then you may write it is P minus 1. So this is a formula to find the term from the end. Either you may find from this or as well as you may find from this formula. That is up to yours, which you feel easiest form you can use and you can find the term from the end. Okay, beta. Now in case of GP, how can you find the sum of n terms of GP? Let me take the sum of n terms of GP first. Sum of n terms of GP. Again, let me suppose Sn is a plus ar square plus ar cube and going in this way ar raised to power n minus 1. This is the sum of n terms of GP. Again, let me write multiplying the complete sum by common ratio of this GP like r. Let me multiply this a by r, but write just below to this ar. Again multiplying this by r, but write just below to ar square, going in this way, and you will see if we multiply the previous term of this by r, you may write it is ar raised to power n minus 1, but multiplying the last term, you are getting this much. Let me subtract. इसको माइनस कर लीजिएगा बेटा. तो you may write it is Sn into 1 minus r a, then these all terms are cancelled. Only we are left first as well as the last a into r raised to power n. Or you may write Sn is equal to, after cross multiplying, a into 1 minus r raised to power n divided by 1 minus r. So this is a formula to find the sum of n terms of GP. But we can use this formula when the common ratio is not equal to 1. Can you tell me, if the common ratio of GP is 1, what we have? The geometric progression. If the common ratio is 1, we substitute the value of r as 1. You will see all the terms should be equal. जब कॉमन रेशियो 1 लेते हैं बेटा, तो उस जीपी की सारी टर्म्स सेम हो जाती हैं और वो जीपी एपी भी बन जाती है और वो जीपी एचपी भी बन जाती है. Then this is very important concept. When you can say the progression is in yours AP as well as in GP as well as in yours HP. If all the terms of the progressions are same. So you can note down this. If all the terms are same in the progression, then you can say that progression will be yours AP as well as GP as well as HP also. So we can use this result when its common ratio is not equal to 1. But one thing you must remember, I just write here, Sn we generally use 1 minus r raised to power n divided by 1 minus r when this common ratio is less than 1. But when the common ratio is greater than 1, we generally use r raised to power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1 also. But you can see, we may write, let me write here, Sn as a minus a r raised to power n divided by 1 minus r, and you will see you can write a r raised to power n minus 1 into r divided by 1 minus r, or you can say a minus l r divided by 1 minus r, where l is the last term of your GP. But we can use this result again when the common ratio is less than 1. I just write here, also you may write Sn as a minus l r divided by 1 minus r, again when common ratio is less than 1, and lr minus a divided by 1 minus r, or you may write it is lr minus a divided by r minus 1 when r is greater than 1. So this is a formula to find the sum of n terms of your CP. Clear beta? But we can use this second result when the last term is given, but we can use this first when you are not given the last term. But first term as well as common ratio is given. Is it clear beta? Okay. After this, how can you find the sum of infinite many terms of GP? Let me reduce that result from this. If we take S infinite instead of n, when n approaches to infinite, you can see when n approaches to infinite, but if the common ratio is greater than 1, let me write when common ratio is greater than 1, a limit n approaches to infinite into r raised to power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. Can we write the value of this? When n approaches to infinite, you can see r raised to power n approaches to again infinite. So it is not possible. You can write it is not possible. So very important concept. If common ratio is greater than 1, then it is not possible. Sum of up to infinite many terms of GP is not possible. Clear beta? Okay. But when the common ratio is less than 1, S infinite, limit n approaches to infinite, a into r raised to power n minus 1 divided by 1 minus r. Now r is less than 1. When r is less than 1, n approaches to infinite, this part becomes. Now you can see, here is not 1 minus this. Yes, you may write here is 1 minus r raised to power n. It is 1 minus r raised to power n. Yes. When this common ratio is less than 1, but n approaches to infinite, then you can say r raised to power infinite becomes 0. Or it becomes a by 1 minus r. Also this result is possible when r is greater than minus 1 also. Or you can say if we combine these both, then the magnitude of r must be less than 1. So it is possible only when the magnitude of r is less by 1. Sometimes student write this equal and less than 1. You can't take equal to 1 because when common ratio is 1, then it is not possible again. Again this will becomes infinite form. Clear beta? So it means very important result we are having in case of to find the infinite many terms of GP. What is that? Common ratio always must lie between minus 1 to plus 1. Clear beta? So it is possible only you can find the sum of infinite many terms of GP if the common ratio or mode of the common ratio is less than 1 or common ratio lies between minus 1 to plus 1. Otherwise you can't find the sum of infinite many terms of GP. Is it clear beta? After this, let me move on geometric mean. Geometric mean of yours GP. Now the same case we have taken already in case of yours arithmetic mean in AP. First of all, what is the meaning of geometric mean? If we are given 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128 like this. These are the terms of GP. Geometric mean means all the terms which are lying in between first and last term of yours GP. Geometric mean means all the terms which are lying in between first and last term of GP. That is called your geometric mean. Okay beta? So geometric mean is nothing but these are also the terms of yours GP. But be remember, let me suppose this is the first geometric mean, then you can say it is the second term. So first geometric mean, it is the second term, you may write it is AR. Similarly, second geometric mean AR square, third geometric mean AR cube, and going in this way you can find like this. So in this way you can find the geometric mean. But first of all, let me suppose we are given any two number and G is the single geometric mean. How can you find that? You may write G by A is equal to B by G. Because they are in GP, it means the ratio between the consecutive terms should be same. On cross multiplying, you may write G square must be equal to AB. Or you may write G should be equal to root AB. So this is your geometric mean between the two terms A as well as B. Is it clear, beta? But when you are given n geometric mean between any two terms, again like same A as well as B, if we are given the n geometric mean between the two terms, again AB. Now first of all, how can you find these geometric mean? So first we are required the common ratio. But now question is, how can you find the common ratio? How many terms are given in this GP? Now in this GP we are given n plus 2 terms. Then you can see this is the last term. This is the n plus 2th term. So what is the n plus 2th term? It is B. Or you may write that is equal to first term into common ratio raised to power n plus 2 minus 1 A into R raised to power n plus 1. Clear? Means B is equal to A into R raised to power n plus 1. Let me cross multiply. You may write B by A is equal to R raised to power n plus 1, or you may write B by A raised to power 1 by n plus 1 is equal to, it is R. So I am just writing here R should be equal to B by A raised to power 1 by n plus 1. So this is very important result to find the common ratio in case of this type of GP when geometric means are given. So how can you remember this result? How can you remember? Last term divided by first term raised to power 1 by increasing by 1 so many geometric mean you are already taken in between the numbers. Again listen, लास्ट टर्म डिवाइडेड बाय फर्स्ट टर्म की पावर में क्या लेंगे, जितना आपने ज्योमेट्रिक मीन जितने इंसर्ट कर रखे हैं उसमें 1 इंक्रीज कर लीजिएगा, 1 बाय दैट से आपको डिवाइड करना है. So in this way you can find the geometric common ratio of the geometric progression, or you can say common ratio of this type of GP. When common ratio is given, you can find any geometric mean because its first term already you are given. For example, we have 2 and 20, but we are inserting 10 geometric mean between them. How can you find the common ratio? Last term divided by first term raised to power 1 by increasing 1 in the geometric mean, that is 11, means 10 raised to power 1 by 11. This is your common ratio. So this is a formula to find the common ratio for this type of progression. And now after finding the common ratio, you can find any geometric mean. Let me suppose I require the 7 geometric mean, A into R raised to power 7. What is A? A is 2 and common ratio was 10 raised to power 1 by 11, then its power is 7, means 2 into 10 raised to power 7 by 11. That will be your geometric mean. So whatever the geometric mean you are required, you want to find, first you should find the common ratio. After finding the common ratio, you can find any geometric mean because its first term is already you are given. Is it clear? So one result, we have very important result. If we are inserting n geometric mean between any two terms, like, again listen, if we are inserting n geometric mean between any two terms, always the product of these n geometric mean should be equal to nth power of the single geometric mean between them. For example, we have the two numbers like AB, G1, G2 up to Gn. I am inserting these n geometric mean between these two terms. Again, let me suppose I am just inserting the single geometric mean like G between these two terms. First of all, what is G? You may write G is equal to root AB. Clear, beta? But now in this case, what should be the common ratio first? B by A raised to power 1 by n plus 1. We are given like this. Is it clear? But now we are required the product of these all geometric means like G1, G2 up to Gn. But what is G1? AR. It is AR square. Next AR cube, and in the last it is AR raised to power n. Any doubt? It is the multiplication of n terms. So A is multiplying up to n times. But what about R? The power of R must be added because the bases are same, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. So R raised to power 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n, the sum of n natural number, or you may write it is R raised to power n into n plus 1 by 2. Let me substitute the value of R. What is that? A raised to power n, but R was B by A raised to power 1 by n plus 1. Then its power is n into n plus 1 by 2. N plus 1 cancel with this. Or you may write it is A raised to power n, B by A raised to power n by 2. Or you may write A into B by A square root. Then its power is n. Now B square root by A square root. A square root cancel with this A square root. Or you may write it is A square root into B square root. Then its power is n. Or AB square root is power is n. And this is single geometric mean. Then its power is n. So very important result. The product of n geometric mean between any two terms is equal to the nth power of single geometric mean between the same two terms. देखिए बेटा, the same type of result we had in yours AP also. Only difference was, in case of AP, the sum of n arithmetic mean between them was the n times the single arithmetic mean. But in case of geometric mean, the product of n geometric mean between the two number is equal to nth power of single geometric mean. So we have this very important short result. If we are given any two number, then you can find the product of any number of geometric mean between them by using the direct result. अब कितने भी दो नंबर्स के बीच में कितने भी ज्योमेट्रिक मीन का प्रोडक्ट आप डायरेक्ट निकाल सकते हैं बेटा. उनका सिंगल ज्योमेट्रिक मीन निकालिए, जितने टर्म्स का या जितने ज्योमेट्रिक मीन का प्रोडक्ट निकालना चाहते हैं, जो सिंगल ज्योमेट्रिक मीन आ रहा है उसकी उतनी पावर होने वाली है. एंड दिस इज वेरी शॉर्ट ट्रिक एंड वेरी शॉर्ट रिजल्ट. डायरेक्ट वी कैन यूज इट. ओके, after this I am taking again very important then short result. And what is that? If we are given arithmetic mean between the two terms as well as geometric mean, let you may write, let A and G be arithmetic mean and geometric mean between the two terms A and B. You are given like this. You are given arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean between the two terms. Okay, then question is, how can you find these two numbers? We can direct use very important result, very short trick, very important result. Direct we can use to find these two numbers also, and that result direct I am just giving. How can you find these two numbers? The numbers are given as like A. You may write, this is arithmetic mean plus root A square minus G square. Similarly, the other number B, you may write A minus root A square minus G square. And also you can verify this result. How can you verify? What is the arithmetic mean? A plus B by 2. And what is the geometric mean? A into B square root. If we use the right hand side like A plus root A square minus G square, it was A plus B by 2 plus, it is A plus B by 2 whole square minus geometric mean square, it is AB. Or you may write A plus B by 2 then plus root, you may write A plus B whole square minus 4 times AB and then whole divided by 2. Or you may write, now what about A plus B whole square minus 4AB? You may write it is A minus B whole square. I can just write A plus root A square minus G square, and this is equal to A plus B by 2, and it is A minus B whole square then divided by 2. Root cancel with this square root, then you can direct write A plus B by 2 plus A minus B by 2. Taking the LCM, 2A by 2, it becomes A. So what about A plus root A square minus G square? And you can direct see that becomes A. Any doubt, beta? Similarly, if we consider A minus root A square minus G square, then its square root. Again, you can see that we have the same type of result. It is A plus B by 2 plus root A plus B by 2 whole square minus, it is again AB. Then here was minus and divided by nothing. We are given like this. Yes, A plus B by 2 minus, again this is A minus B whole square divided by 2, that is A plus B by 2 minus A plus B, then whole LCM is this, A cancel with this, now it is given as B. So this was very important result, very important short tricks. If we are given arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean between any two terms, then direct we can find these two terms by taking the concept A plus root A square minus G square, A minus root A square minus G square. So very important short tricks to find the direct the number whose arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean is given. Is it clear, beta? Again, we are given if the ratio between any two terms is given, now you can see if the ratio between any two terms, arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean is given, then how can you find the ratio between the same numbers? Again listen, let the ratio of arithmetic mean to geometric mean is given as m by n. Then what should be the ratio between these two numbers? Let the number be a and b, then you may write the ratio between the number should be m plus root m square minus n square divided by m minus root m square minus n square. It means, again, very important short trick we are given. If the ratio between arithmetic mean to geometric mean is given, then how can you find the ratio between the same numbers? You can see the ratio between the same number will be m plus root m square minus n square divided by m minus root m square minus n square. Again, you can verify the result. Okay, how can you verify the result? I am just again taking the numbers as AB. But what is yours arithmetic mean? A plus B by 2. And what about the geometric mean? AB square root. It is given as it is m by n. Clear beta? Or you may write A plus B by 2 times root AB. Again m by n. Applying componendo and dividendo. Applying componendo and dividendo. Then you can write a plus b plus 2 times root ab, a plus b minus 2 times root ab, and here m plus n divided by m minus n. So what is in numerator? It is root a plus root b whole square, as well as it is root a minus root b whole square, and this is m plus n by m minus n. Any doubt? Or you may write in the right hand side it is root whole square. If we compare, you may write root a plus root b divided by root a minus root b. It is m plus n divided by m minus n again. But we are required the ratio of a as well as b. So let me again apply componendo as well as dividendo. So you may write again applying componendo and dividendo. If we add, then you are getting 2 times root a. If we subtract, you are getting 2 times root b. Adding 2 times m, subtracting 2 times n. This cancel with this. Sorry, here was root, not like this. Yes, there was a root. It is like this. If you apply the componendo as well as dividendo, then you can see here is m plus n square root plus m minus n square root, m plus n square root minus m minus n square root. So this is the ratio of root a by root b on squaring. Now you may write again on squaring. It is a by b. Let me square a square. Then next square. Then 2 times it is root m square minus n square. Similarly, first part square, then second part square, minus 2 times root m square minus n square. N cancel with n. Again n cancel with n. So a by b 2 times m plus 2 times root m square minus n square 2 time m minus 2 time root m square minus n square. Then what about this? What is a by b? Taking 2 common from numerator, m plus root m square minus n square, and taking 2 common, it is m minus root m square minus n square. 2 cancel with 2. But I have just derived, but no need to derive on yours behalf. You can directly use the result. I am giving very short tricks. These two results. If arithmetic mean and geometric mean is given between any two terms, then you can find these two terms by taking the result a plus root a square minus g square as well as a minus root a square minus g square. But if the ratio of arithmetic mean to geometric mean is given like m by n, you can find the ratio of these two numbers by taking m plus root m square minus n square divided by m minus root m square minus n square. So these are very short tricks, very important result, and we can use this result, and most probably one question can be asked in yours JEE Mains on behalf of this. I am taking one very important short trick, one more very important short tricks on the basis of yours GP. If we are given any function like say f is any function which is given like f of x plus y is equal to f of x into f of y, where f of 1 is given to 3 also. If the value of f of 1 is given, then we have very short trick to recognize this type of function. What is that? F of x is given as 3 raised to power f of 1 raised to power x. You can use. This is the general result. You can write like this. So if f of x plus y is given as a product of these both parts, the value of f of 1 is also given, then you can use this result. This is very important trick to find this function. But when instead of multiplication it is given as a plus, if we are given f of x plus y as f of x plus f of y, again f of 1 is given, then you may write f of x is given as now x into f of 1. But now we are given a function like first type, and he says find the sum of the terms. I am taking very important question, and this question was asked 2 years before in your JEE Main examination. And what is that? Now he says the same question is given. If f of x plus y is f of x into f of y, and f of 1 is also given as 3, then he says find out f of x when x is from 1 to n. He says find out the sum of this. First of all, we should recognize the function. What is the function? Function is, it is f of 1 raised to power x, like you may write it is 3 raised to power x. So what is the sum of this? Now you may write it is 3 raised to power 1, 3 square, 3 cube, up to 3 raised to power n. Can we say it is the sum of, in terms of GP, whose first term is 3 and whose common ratio is also 3? So we can use this result as first term common ratio raised to power number of terms minus 1 divided by common ratio minus 1. So 3 by 2, 3 raised to power n minus 1. So this is yours required sum. Now here we can use very important short trick to recognize first function. Sometime instead of multiplication it may be given in the form of sum also. If the value of f of 1 is given, directly you can use the function like x into f of 1. Is it clear, beta? I hope the complete that part should be very much clear. I am just giving the recapitulation that we studied today in this lecture. First, the meaning of your GP, then general term of the GP. How can you find any term from the end in your GP? How can you find the sum of n terms of GP as well as infinite many terms of GP? Similarly, what is the meaning of geometric mean and how can you find the direct common ratio when geometric mean between the two terms is given? And also in the next lecture we will study about this. I will use very short tricks to find direct a geometric mean between any two terms, but today we study about how can you find the geometric mean between the two terms when you are given arithmetic mean as well as geometric mean between any two terms. Then how can you find these two terms? If the ratio of arithmetic mean to geometric mean is given, then how can you find the ratio of these two numbers also? I hope till this everything will be very much clear. Having any doubt also you can ask me. Okay beta, so till that, so bye bye.